and made the decision to connect with that. It was a missing piece, and it took you time to find your dad. I think one of the alarming things, one of several, is that your dad and the other woman only did 2 years in prison.
Yes.
And now they're living happily together back in the old neighborhood. Now, would that not just make you a little angry at God? Did that look like justice to you?
You know, there's a lot of things in life, and that being one of them, that I questioned, you know, why God? Why do bad things happen, and why is justice not appear to be done? And I have to come back to, I'm not perfect, and God forgave me. And if I couldn't forgive my dad and walk away from that situation and connect with my Heavenly Father, I could never be who God wanted me to be. And God has taken all of that, and even this piece of my journey is just amazing how God is so awesome. How God put the people together to make this happen. The fact that I'm sitting here this morning is a miracle in and of its own.
Yeah, we can't even unpack some of the other scary chapters in this book. Your mother, I have to ask about your dear mom.
Yes.
How is she?
My mom is doing great. She is involved in a ministry today. She remarried several years later to a wonderful guy. And she actually went back to Bible school after this. And God has used her to speak at women's conferences. And
what a story. Like maybe a movie. I want to quote one of the most important things I read in your book. My Heavenly Father has crossed my path with wonderful people who answered the call, took action, and helped shape my life into what it is today.
Yes.
The men at Burlington Alliance are a big part of, well, we probably wouldn't have this book if not for their prayers and encouragement.
Yes,
and I can't believe you meet at 5:30 every Saturday morning.
And I am not a morning person, but it's an addictive group because God walks there. And I tell you, when just like everything in my life, I look back and I see this tapestry of where God put people in my life at the right place at the right time. They don't know each other, but God used them to take me where He has me going. And I was actually flying back from Los Angeles on an event that I had to be at. And I remember praying to God that I need a group of guys that I can connect with. I landed the next day. A friend of mine said, hey, I just found this great group of guys over at Burlington Alliance. Would you like to join me? It's early in the morning. I said, man, God opened the doors, I'm there. And I've been there ever since. And God has used that group and the guys in that group to encourage me. And as I started sharing my story, several of them started saying, you know, you need to write that down. You need to share that. Although I tell you, when I very first walked in, I was going through a very, very difficult time, and I told the guys that, hey, the situation I'm in is going to take a miracle. And their response was, we know the one that does those.
Yeah. I've said it many times in conversations with people who call in a mess of some sort. When I ask, do you have a caring group of believers who are walking with you, praying with you? No, I stopped going to church years ago. Or, you know, they're disconnected. They're out there alone, and that's opportunity for the enemy, big time.
Big time opportunity. It's the power of prayer is beyond what we really understand. And until you walk down that path and you get people praying in a situation and you see things happening, when you walk away from other followers and believers, you don't have that covering of people to pray with you, people to hold you up and to help you through this life.
It's such an important encouragement. And you say, our perspective on life would change if only we knew how much God has been involved. And we sure see it in this journey. So many stories. You're going to have to get the book. And you'll be surprised at what we left out. Believe me. Our e-store is the place you can go right now to get your copy of Finding My Father by Kevin Albright. Crossroads.ca or 1-800-265-3100. Glad to know, Kevin, you're kind of close. You're just down the road when you're
Absolutely.
home. Thanks for coming today.
My pleasure. Absolutely.
If you need prayer right now, you know our prayer lines are available, and you may be feeling that longing. I wish I had a men's group. I wish I had some women who knew what I was going through and were praying with me. Well, this was my recommendation to a woman yesterday, and it's my recommendation to you right now. Share it with somebody. We have people available. 1,000 calls a day. Why not make yours one of them? We'll be right back with Truth to Go.